Excited to have you guys on.
Hey, Dr. Jules, it's Evelyn from NYC.
What's up, Evelyn?
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, you too, girl. Glad you're on. All right. Hey, Carl and Angela. Hey, Ramon. Linda. Hey.
Blessings, 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 blessings.
Yes. Hey, Ramon.
Hey.
Good to have you guys on.
Oh.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Talton in Baton Rouge.
Hey, good afternoon. Good to have you on. All right. Hey, Ruth. Hey,
good afternoon and blessings to everyone.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jerome.
Good afternoon. Good to have you on.
Good afternoon, Dr. Jewel. It's Lavonna from Atlanta.
What's up, Lavanya? Good to have you on, girl.
Thank you so much.
All right, Keisha. Great to have you on. I just saw the power couple jump on here, Boston and Beige in the building. What's up? Hi, Destiny. Hey, Tiara. Good to have you guys on. Chris is going to be joining us in just a momento. And I can tell you, I'm really excited because you guys know if you've been here for any amount of time, you understand that the way you grow your business is to build from event to event, right? That's how you grow. You want to grow, show up at events. You want to grow, get people to events. It's like extremely, it's like necessary. It's not an option at all. If you're really serious about growing, you've got to make sure that you show up. And this amazing event is happening February the 7th and 8th, which I'm really excited about because anytime China and I have had an opportunity to hang out with Chris and, you know, hear what he has to say and hear how he makes moves, hear how he makes decisions, like every single time we leave from his presence, like there's definitely a mind shift that happens. And so this time that we're getting with him, February 7th and 8th, is huge because it's going to really be somewhat intimate. I mean, in comparison to convention, right? There are going to be a lot of people there, but in comparison to convention, you're going to have an opportunity to sit up close and personal and pick his brain and hear how he really has bought $1 billion brand and raise up tons of other millionaires and multiple millionaires alongside with him. I really hope that you understand to the magnitude of what we have here at I Am Master Academy. So, Dr. China, are you on? You on, lady? I think she's on. I know we were talking earlier, and when I tell you we are so incredibly grateful right now, so incredibly thankful because we got in the very beginning where things were very raw. There were no McDonald's out there. There were no bridges built. There were no highways. We came very much into a very terrain environment, but we saw the vision, right? We saw the vision and we understood where it was going. And we just knew that this is something that we wanted to be a part of, that we wanted to be, you know, category creators. We wanted to be people that made money on their phone. We wanted to be that next generation. And so now here we are, we were talking about it. We're like, wow, we're so grateful because now here we are 4 years later because we made a decision. And of course, there are a lot of other amazing people that stayed on the train too. Kathy Kirkland, Garrett Roberts, Don Wilson. I mean, there are a lot of people that, you know, have been here kind of since the beginning, if you will, and they saw the vision and they just didn't go anywhere. They stuck with it. And so we're really, really grateful for that. Hey, Dr. China, are you on? Okay, so I saw her jump on here, but yeah, so she'll be joining us in a moment, and then Chris will be on in just a moment. But yeah, I'm super excited. This is really exciting times. The opportunity that we have is huge, and it really now, the way that everything is set up, there's really no reason why everybody can't be making a significant amount of money trading and also building a team. And so, all you have to do really now at this point is say, you know what, I'm making a decision and I'm going to really run this race. And I'm going to start off by being at this event in Atlanta because I have to be around the right people, hearing the right things. And that's really, really important. And so I'm really excited. China and I have been talking about this call and bringing Chris. Share his heart. Hey, lady.
Hey, I'm so sorry. We're keeps getting on like right now. He'll be on in 5 seconds, and I'm excited. Jewel, you look so cute.
Thank you, girl. You too. You look beautiful.
Oh my goodness! Hello, everybody.
I know. I was just telling them really quickly, and then we're going to bring Chris on because he's on kind of. But I was just telling them earlier this morning. You and I were just talking about how grateful we are. How thankful we are that we came in the beginning. We saw the vision. We realized that was a category skater, that we were going to make a lot of millionaires. And we just believed in the vision. We believed in Chris, even when the terrain was rough. And now, being a $1 billion brand, and having this intimate time with him in Atlanta, February 7th and 8th, is something we all really, really need to treasure. So just talk about that a little bit, and we can get ready to bring Chris on. But I'm really grateful.
No, gratitude is definitely just our heart right now because we've seen a lot. We've experienced a lot of ups and downs. And I think that that's what builds the character. That's what makes the relationship stronger. That's what allows you to know that we can go further. If you haven't been through anything with a person, when something rises, you don't know if that person going to fall off or not. So I know that Chris just has an amazing heart, always so giving, like just absolutely brilliant, total genius. And what he's doing and the things that he has done.
Oh my God, isn't it beautiful?
Even more recently, that you guys are going to begin to hear about, just really shows the heart that he and ISIS has for people genuinely. So I'm just grateful, Jewel, that we got in when we did, before it was popular, before, all of those things. And we were a part of really paving the way for the masses to get on in here and make it happen. So yes, we are blessed to have him in Atlanta. I don't care if you're in Atlanta or not, if you live in Atlanta or not. To have intimate time with Christopher Terry is absolutely priceless. You gain something that we cannot even put in words or put into a presentation. So don't take that for granted. It's very affordable to come. It is the pre-London event. I Am Atlanta Success Honors Dinner is going to be absolutely incredible.
Hey, I'm on, but let me do this. Let me do this. Let me send the link to my other phone. That way we won't get interrupted if anybody calls in because my phone's consistently getting blown up.
Okay.
So I'm going to log out. I'll send it in. I'll come back on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, you're right. I think, to have this time with him, and I think this is the first time, and, China, you and I have been blessed. There's a lot of people on here, Kathy, Dawn, a lot of us have been blessed to be able to make, a significant amount of money. But I can honestly say this is the first time that I've actually been a part of a company that literally is on their way to $1 billion. And we got in early and we went through all of the challenges and the mistakes and the this and that. And, now we're here. And so I just really want to encourage anybody that's listening to go ahead and make a decision, because some of you on here may be 50%, maybe you 50% bought in, maybe you 20% bought in, maybe you 80% bought in, but I really want to encourage you. This is a time right now at the beginning of 2020 to go ahead and buy in 100%. Go ahead and just totally buy in and say, I'm going all in, because the reality is we wouldn't be Chairman 50 on our way to Chairman 100 and eventually Chairman 500 if we weren't willing to do the day-to-day and really bought into the vision, China.
No, you're so right about that. Listen, anytime you have an opportunity to do something even when we started before it was popular. Even right now, like Forex is still a new thing for so many people. And so everybody to me that's on here is still in the very new beginning phases. We're going to be the ones to help the masses to know what Forex even means. And so just have so much gratitude for getting in first. To me, it's like the boom of the internet. And back in 1999, I use that analogy a lot of where we are with cryptocurrency. And I remember Chris showing the chart of what it looked like for the internet boom, and then what it looks like now for where we are. And it literally looks identical. And so it's just exciting to be at the forefront of something amazing. So Chris, I don't know if you made it back to the call, but we're so grateful for you, your leadership, your vision, the courage that it takes to do what it is that you do in this space. I'm excited for you being in Atlanta with us. I'm excited for the London event that's coming up that people are sacrificing to come to, trading their way to, and just the lives that are being changed. So we're so grateful for this moment, this precious, intimate time with you. And we're looking forward to Atlanta as well. Jude, I don't know if you want to say anything before we bring them on in here.
No, let's go, Biggie!
Come on.
Y'all better light the chat up. The CEO of Iron Mastery Academy. Right now, light the chat up and get these numbers up. Get these numbers up. There should be hundreds of people on this call right now. George, come in, take it away.
That chant, I tell you what, it started in London. There's, Christopher Terry. I went to London and I was on stage and gave away $10,000 to somebody. I asked who came with no money, and it was a elderly lady in the back. And she's like, I got less than $200 in my bank account. So I got it to the stage, I gave out 10,000, and out of nowhere, everybody started chanting. It was weird. And then I put it on Instagram. I was like, this is funny, you know? And then next thing you know, it was in like every country. And then I just did something in Dubai for the team in Germany. I walked in and started chanting. I'm like, this is kind of weird, but it's kind of cute, but weird. Anyway, so Jewel and China and myself and Logic, we've had a relationship for multiple years. Gosh, it's been almost 4 years already, right, girls?
Yep.
And, you know, these are my, they've been day one, man. I'm so grateful, so appreciative. We met, gosh, it was, must have been almost 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I don't remember exactly, but I remember doing an event with them down in Atlanta. I remember attending some other stuff with them, and I've always looked up to them when they get on stage. You know, just hearing them speak, the power that's in their voice. China has this bass about it, man. She's like, boom, comes right at you. And, you know, just China, Julie and I, we did something up in Atlanta, Detroit. I think we did that twice. And I've been their biggest fans from day one. I still am. I love them to death. I'm not on social media anymore. I felt that, you know, if I remove myself from the equation, the haters got nowhere to hit. So now I hear they're making profiles with my name on it, but that's okay. You know, they can copy. But I kind of miss them. I really looking forward to seeing them in London. Looking forward to seeing the girls in Atlanta. And I'll tell you what, I'm coming there full force. You know, I'm coming 2 fists open, ready just to knock it out the ballpark and give you guys all the love and respect and value that you deserve. Make no mistake about it. I'm behind the scenes. China and I, we chat often, not as much as we used to, but we still do. And anything that's ever needed, we're totally there for you. Your team, we're totally there for you. The company's always behind you, no matter what. So whatever you may see or feel, Chris is behind you. Absolutely. And so is ISIS. I want to talk about the event we have on the 7th in February down in Atlanta. Is it, now girls, is it the 7th? Is it 7th a Friday or a Saturday? Is it?
The Friday is the 7th, the 8th is Saturday, and you're here for both days.
Man, you still got that queen's chair. Look at you. So I'm looking forward to So what we're doing on Friday night is we typically will have a dinner. Typically at the dinners or we'll have like a little event. A lot of times I'll go and we'll do an event. It will be a training the night before, typical classroom seating as you see. Or we'll do a dinner, whatever it may be. I'm coming there to share, to get your mind right. Myself, Jewel, China, whoever else may come, maybe Lawrence and Tamara. I don't know who else will be there, other leaders. But I do know one thing. I'm coming to give you as much value as possible. And really, the weekend is made. The weekend is kicked off by that Friday night. Okay? It sets the tone. Friday night sets the tone for the whole weekend. You can't just, jump on a boat in the middle of the ocean. You got to start somewhere. So we're starting from port on Friday night. As you guys come in, we're shaking hands, we're meeting each other, giving each other hugs, we're all getting to know each other. And then we set that tone, that attitude of really how the weekend should go. So if you miss that, you're ruining it. Don't miss that. You like my upline when I used to be in Amway used to say to me, Chris, if you don't come, you're blowing it. And it's true. That right there, you'll get the camaraderie. Look, just hang out with me. I may not be look at me, I have a hat on backwards, but I'll tell you what, my bank account has, 10 figures in it, or 9 figures, I don't even know. It's like a phone number. My bank account's a phone number. So maybe it's a good idea to get around a guy with the bank account with a phone number in it. With his attitude and his generosity in his heart and wants to give the value of $1 billion. I don't count my money, and I'm not counting yours, but my goal is to get you to where you're wealthy. All right? And you're not going to get wealthy just financially. You're going to get wealthy up here. I was sitting yesterday morning, I'm sorry. I was sitting yesterday morning with somebody, and I told him, I said, I paid you $1.5 million in the past couple of years. This is not I Am. This is another business I have. I paid you $1.5 million in the past 3 years, and you got $100,000 to show for it. The reason why is because you never took the time to increase your own personal value higher. Jim Rome said, if I give you $1 million, you better soon quick become a millionaire. And the other part of it is a fool and his money will soon be parted. So I don't care how much money you make. And believe me, I'm sure we got chairmen in our company that are broke, because they don't got this right. Just because you're a chairman doesn't mean you have it together. Just because you're a chairman doesn't mean you're a leader. It may be you got lucky. All right? Now, you can't take away from the fact that Jason and Matt and Alex and Ivan and David, they earn that. They're there. I'm talking about Chairman 10 and 25. A lot, the reason they get stuck at those levels is because they haven't got this right. They haven't seen themselves better. They haven't seen themselves better than where they are. So, because you have some money, you're earning some money, doesn't mean you're a success story. What I want to do is bring you in on that Friday night and help you reprogram some things that you don't understand, and teach you how to become, and I keep pointing to my brain because I'm doing like sign language, right? But my goal is to teach you to reconstruct and reprogram everything that's been programmed in your brain that has you where you are. Why not you have a bank account like a phone number? Look, I was like straight in the streets in 1990, straight in the streets. It was ISIS that took me off the streets, put money behind me. I got lucky getting off the streets, but I didn't get lucky for my work ethic. I didn't get lucky for my investment into myself. And that led to real estate. It led to IM. It led to other things. This year alone, I was just telling China, I purchased about $30 million in real estate. I'm writing checks. I bought a jet plane. I'm buying 2 more. I'm just writing checks. Investments. Investing into myself. Every day, every single day, like clockwork, I'm listening to Napoleon Hill. If you look at the Napoleon Hill lectures in his own words, okay, it's on iTunes. It's 12 hours. All right. To give you an example, for the past 4 months, 5 months, maybe 6 months, I'm still on the first chapter. I'm still on the first chapter after months and months. Know what that tells me? I'm understanding everything he's saying, because when you listen to something, your brain does this, right? Your brain's constantly doing this. You can listen to something 10 times and get new nuggets all the time. I'm listening for the 400th time, the same thing, and getting new nuggets. Self-investment is so important. And I've figured it out. I figured it out exactly how to take you from zero to hero. Extremely fast. China, let me ask you something. When we first started really talking, you said to me, be my mentor. Yeah. Right? Remember that?
Yep.
How quickly did your life change? How fast did your life change? How has your life changed? Because just making a few small changes.
Tremendously. The impact was different than, it's one thing to hear something generally, but the direct mentorship was absolutely priceless. It changed my life. It caused me to think more, in ways that I had not thought before, much deeper. It caused me to take a lot more responsibility and accountability, because I knew you were watching. And I think also when you have a mentor, you don't want to disappoint that mentor. And for you to invest the amount of time that you've invested into me, you really want to make your mentor proud, but it forces you to reflect on some areas that maybe you don't look at a lot. So it's been priceless.
Yeah, China is an amazing woman. Her and her husband are an amazing couple. And what I love about Logic, he's the protector. He's absolutely the protector. She's out doing her thing, and he's behind the scenes protecting. So Logic, thank you so much for making sure that woman has all the tools available to get out there and just go kill it, But the fact is, guys and girls, that Friday night.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. It means a lot, man. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. That Friday night coming in February is going to be the most important Friday night of the year. More than London. Now, I want you to come to London, but Friday night in February, I keep pressing it, because that's where the magic is made. When I get around the people and we start sharing on an intimate level, life changes. And I've done this time and time again around the world, so I know what works. I know the recipe. And I'll get into that, but I'll get into more as when we're there, and I have stuff I want to talk to you about. But coming in on Saturday, all right, Saturday, you're going to have some of the best speakers in the industry, part of your upline, getting up there and just lending you their knowledge. I'm going to be up there. I'm going to come full bore. I'm not going to hold anything back. Yes, I curse. Yes, I scream. Yes, I babble. Yes, I dress funny. Who cares? Bottom line, my heart is in the right place. My intention's in the right place. And we got to come together as a team, as a family, on Friday night and Saturday. You bring everybody you could. If you're not out there trying to recruit people just to come to the event, you're going to miss the whole point of it. It's that camaraderie of all of us together, just working as one force, as one unified team. China and Jewel and Lawrence, that team right there is one of the most important teams to me in the whole company, if not the most important, because they're my friends and my family. In 2016, we had to make some changes. I'm going to walk around a little bit now because I'm starting to get a little bit amped up. So we made some changes in 2016, everybody left. We went from 18,000 people down to like 800. Lawrence and Jewel in China. And I say Logic. When I say China, that means you too, okay? So I'm just so used to saying Jewel in China. But I mean you too. I don't mean disrespect from that.
Oh, man, Mr. Cruz, it's all A100, man. We love you, my family.
And you can throw me at $20 for mentioning your name. I love watching you on Instagram. When I was watching it, of your trading and growing. That's so important. So, like I was saying, I can give you $1 million. I can give you all the money, all the wealth I've created. You will lose it, folks, Because until you raise your self-image, your self-standards, just everything, until you raise yourself, you're still going to think like a common person. And nobody on this line is a common person. You asked for something, right? You're out there struggling every day. You're asking for stuff. You're saying, give me something, God. Give me something better. I'm tired of working every day. I'm tired of going to job. I'm tired of having no money. I'm tired of these stupid bills. I'm tired of being in a bad relationship. I need something else. God, help me. Here comes I Am. Now, maybe you were expecting something else, but I Am showed up, And quite honestly, I Am is not my goal. It's not your goal. I Am is not your goal. When I get on a plane to go from Las Vegas to Atlanta, the plane is not the goal. The goal is to get to Atlanta. I Am is the plane is the vehicle. So I Am is your vehicle. The relationships in the company are your vehicle to get you where you want to go. You are open to receiving because you asked God for something better and it was brought to you and you were open to receiving. And Jewel and China come into your life and your upline has come into your life and you're here now. And you asked again and now I'm coming. We are all coming together on that weekend. All right? We're coming. Make no mistake about it. These fists are coming to knock out the people that hated you, that hate on you. We're coming to show you. You have what it takes. All right? But you got to meet me halfway. You got to be there. All right? So I want to talk about something real quick, and then I'll pass it on. I want to hear people, I hear people saying, my goal for 2020, the goal for 2020. I got goals for 2020. Man, you ain't got no goals for 2020. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to yourself. Hey, look, take a look. Let me show you something. Let me show you something.
Show us, Chris.
All right, take a look. That's my hallway. I know it looks like it's a street. It looks like it's the length of a street, but that's my hallway. How'd you like to have a hallway? It's the length of a freaking street. But we can see right here, this is the ground. Just think about this as dirt, okay? Think about this as dirt. And, in the Bible it says that if you go to plant and you take the seeds and you throw them, right? If you just throw them, some are going to land in water and drown. They're going to get sunk. They're going to be no good. Some are going to go on, and there's no photographs right here. Look, if I put the seeds right here, what's going to happen? And the sun hits it, they're going to burn.
Come on now.
But there's some seeds that when you plant them on fertile ground, they will grow.
Yes.
Okay? Right here, take a look. So right here, I could not plant trees in my hallway, even though this is ground, because it's not fertile ground. You have to go in and work and till the ground, and pick it up and turn it over and go underneath a couple of feet and just turn it over, right? And you get that and you turn it over and you put the seeds there and you water it, you put some sunlight on it. And God said the day will call the day and night will call the night, and the moon and the stars will also shine on that. There's a reason. Guys, shut up! I'm getting the messages from above right now. Listen to me. The sun is not doing things that make the seeds grow. It's the moonlight. It's the water. It's the atmosphere. But listen to me. What I'm relating this to is you. If you do the work, I made disrespect by that. I was just, But if you do the work and you just throw seeds, nothing's going to grow. Where are you? There you go. I was just kidding with you. So, who's that with that pretty face right there with those glasses? What's your name?
Dr. K.
Man, you're
Kathy
beautiful.
Kirkland.
I know, you're beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
So, listen. So, when I say, if I'm a farmer and I got a bunch of seeds, I say, I'm going to grow some trees this year. I'm going to grow trees this year. How are you going to grow trees if you haven't done the work to dig the ground up. How are you going to grow trees if you're just going to take the seeds and throw them in the ground? It's not going to work. How are you going to hit goals in 2020 if you're not preparing yourself mentally and physically for the beginning of the goal? I can't set a goal. I'm not mentally ready. If I want to set a goal to become an Olympic athlete, look at me. Go on, seriously. I have to go work myself for the next 2 years, 5 years to get to the point where I say, you know what? I'm ready to compete in the competition. That will be the time you're ready to set your goals. You cannot be a Chairman 100 with a Platinum 150 attitude or a Chairman 10 attitude. How could you lead 5,000 people and you can't lead your freaking dog down the street because he wants to walk away? You have to mentally get yourself prepared. You have to say to yourself, the seeds I'm going to plant have to be on fertile ground. So, I want to hear it. Who has goals of being a Chairman 100? Let me hear you. Talk to me.
I do.
Chairman 10, Chairman 10.
Let me hear you.
Chairman 100.
Beijing, Boston, Beijing, Boston.
Let's go.
Definitely Chairman.
Chairman 100.
Rich man candidate.
Chairman 100.
All right, listen. Here's the deal. We're January 2020. I want you to set a goal. Now, hear me out. If you go do something else in life, at a job or whatever, you're going to be stuck the rest of your life being at a job. Put your time in, getting paid for your time. Put your time in, getting paid for your time. When they don't want to hire you anymore, you got no more income because you got no more pay. No, I'm going to teach you how to earn long-term residual income and have a strong income, a strong time for yourself too. So, January 2021, you are going to go on a 90-day run. Right now, the way you're going, there's no way you're going to hit Chairman 100 because your mind ain't ready for it. You physically are not ready for it. You are not emotionally ready for it, but you will be. How did I get wealthy? I prepared myself. How do you build a building? You can go down four stories, garages, right? It takes a year to go down, to dig the foundation, to put the garages in, to put the pilings in. It takes a year to go down. It takes a year to go straight up 55 stories. Why? Because you did the work, the foundational work. So let's think about this. I want you to take this 2020, chop this up into 12 sections. I want you to say 12 different sections. You got 12 sections each with 4 different weeks per section. And I want you to count backwards from January 2021. You have to say to yourself, here's where I'm going to be at this time mentally in January 2021 for a 90-day run to Chairman 100. If you raise your self-image and you raise your beliefs and you raise and you raise it all up and you tap into the right frequencies, you can attract anything you want. So these next 12 months, you got to put the work in. You have to make the mistakes. You have to go out and say hello to somebody. You have to be willing to get on a plane and go to Europe and do an event and nobody shows up. You have to be willing to do the work mentally, investing into the mindset, investing into other people, investing into yourself, time and money. Again, you're not going to get trees unless you do the work. The farmer is not sitting there with seeds thinking he's going to get paid today. He has seeds in his hand. He says, you know what? The next 12 months, I'm going to dig the ground up. I'm going to put the seeds out. And in a year or two, I'll have trees that produce fruit. And those fruit, I'll replant and produce more fruit. Don't think because you're doing the work today, you're going to be Chairman 100 tomorrow. You got to put the work in before you even get to the point where you want to start your goal. Am I making sense or am I stupid? You guys hear me out?
Good sense.
Total sense.
Yes.
You got to do the work. You got to think of yourself as the farmer. Think of yourself like the biblical seeds, that some will fall on fertile ground, some will be burned, and some will then be water socked. But the fact is, the ones that land on fertile ground, what God was talking about is that ground was prepared. The ground was prepared before those seeds became trees. Think about it. Think within that context of what he was actually saying. So you have to prepare your ground, your mind. You have to start digging it up and prepare your mind and make it fertile ground for you to be able to relate to even going better. How are you going to lead 5,000 to 10,000 people if your dog won't even listen to you, your kids are running around, your friends don't listen to you, you haven't built yourself up enough, and you will. This year is a year of self-investment, putting in the work. Don't hang out with your friends. Don't party with the club. Just keep putting in the work and keeping a vision and a focus that your goal starts January 2021. So that gives you a lot of time to do some work on yourself. Look, if I had to do work, if I had to start over again, and I was told I got a year to start a goal, and in 90 days after that, I'll make $1.2 million a year, you best believe I'll be doing it. You want a bank account that looks like phone numbers, listen to the guy that has one, okay? I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm turning it back over to Julie in China. Thank you so much.
Woo! Thank you. Light it up, light it up, light it up. Show some love.
Thank you, Lord. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. So inspiring.
Great information. Great information.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
China, so this is what happens every time we have an opportunity to spend time with him or talk to him. The capacity, our internal capacity gets stretched tremendously.
Yes.
And, there's nothing else, guys. Whatever you got to do to get to Atlanta, I don't care if you have to drive. I don't care what you have to take a train. But Atlanta is really something mandatory because you got to get your ears and your eyes around people that have much more than you. That's how you grow.
Absolutely.
That's how you grow.
And you have to have the mental capacity and the emotional maturity to be in the room with giants, because a lot of times, it's not packaged and delivered the way that's going to be the most receptive for you and where you are. It's packaged and delivered in a way that's going to be the most receptive for where you're going. And so if you don't have tough skin, if you don't have emotional maturity, there are certain things that will offend you that should not offend you. And I can tell you right now, if we didn't have the emotional maturity and the mental toughness, we would no longer be invited to certain boardrooms because it would show immaturity and levels that don't require you to have that kind of access. So it's extremely important for you guys to go now. Go ahead and secure those tickets. IamAtlanta.com. It's going to be amazing. Y'all haven't seen nothing yet. Obviously, we got excited hearing him quote scripture. He's come a long way, and we just seeing God just manifesting his life. We knew the company was anointed. We knew it was covered. We've been decreeing and declaring that and seeing that when we first stepped foot in the first event we ever did in Dallas. And so to see the maturity now genuinely is absolutely priceless. So I thank God for each and every person that's here. All of the leaders, if you guys are going to be in Atlanta, I want to hear y'all make some noise. I mean, not that anything else needs to be said, Jewel, but I know
we would be there. The Jets would be in the building. Yes.
We're there.
Yes.
Let's go.
Absolutely. I know we got some phenomenons on this call, and it's going to be pricey. So, guys, really quick, Friday is limited space. I think we have a very, very few amount of tickets left. Very few. For Friday night, it is an honors dinner. It gives you an opportunity to be in a very intimate environment with Chris on at 7. The tickets are now $129, if I'm not mistaken. It covers Friday and Saturday. You get the dinner. You get the obviously VIP experience, intimate setting with Chris. You get VIP access to Saturday. You get the red carpet with the pictures in the backdrop and all the things that you're going to need for your business. Keep this in mind, guys. We are attracting people that want to actually start their own Forex and cryptocurrency business. Okay, that's what's happening right now. And so we are at the brink of the next boom right now. Everybody that's on this call, just the fact that you're here, you are truly in position. So what's going to happen on Friday is you're going to have that intimacy. You're going to have that mindset development that you need so that the ground, your mind is tilted, ready to receive what happens on Saturday. The mentorship is not going to just be motivation. We're going to have specific trainings, how to effectively network, how to effectively market both online and offline. Product knowledge. We have people that are coming in to really teach you strategic things about how to effectively use the product that you have. So you're not all over the place chasing somebody else's success or their results, but that you can turn inward and really find what works for you. And so it's going to be a lot of specific training on how to effectively launch your business. Some of you started a business, but you didn't launch your business. How to effectively attract and get the scale that you need for your business. So with that being said, I'm so grateful, Dr. Jewel. This is going to be absolutely amazing. If you don't have your tickets, Saturday it's just $30. Seats are going to be limited for that as well. There will be an opportunity presentation happening at 10 o'clock that morning. So you definitely want to make sure. I know we got Sweet Peaches on. There's an event happening afterwards. So it's like a team night that's going to take place where it's bowling, where it's laser tag. Jewel, you probably remember the first time that we did this. We went bowling. We had laser tag. Chris was there. We ate. It was amazing. And so we're bringing it back to that same place where we can come together and the teams can really just get to know each other differently. We workaholics sometimes, so we always working. So it feels good to kind of let our hair down and get connected and do some things. We also have something special happening on Sunday for those that are in town. Many of you know my husband is a music producer, so we're excited about the studio night. There's a lot of people that got great talent that's on here. So we're doing some unique some music and trading that you have an opportunity to participate in as well.
Let's go, Dr.
I'm excited about what's happening. I love the 90-day run. Did you hear what Chris said with the 90 days? He talked about the 90 days. Take 90 days to really commit, to prepare yourself, and then give yourself the time for the fruit, for the seed to really develop and mature. Jewel, you want to talk about that? Because I think some people are in a rush for something that they're already in the process of having to happen.
No, I thought that was really, really good, China. I mean, a lot of really great points, but I like what he said. First of all, one thing I really love about Chris is that he's not afraid to talk about his money. Most people, when they get to that level, they don't want to talk about their money. They don't want to talk about the details because they don't want the persecution. They don't want the hate. They don't want the misunderstanding. I mean, first, we need to really, really be grateful that we rolling with a CEO who'll say, my bank account is the same thing as a phone number. That's how many digits I have. I don't even know if it's 9, 10, or 11.
It's 10.
I mean, that's so bossy.
It's 10. Yeah, it's 10. Strong.
You know what I mean?
With multiple jets they're purchasing, the next situation is jets for investments, though. And Jewel, the wisdom in it, right? The wisdom.
Girl. And then how he said he spent $30 million on real estate. Like, you have to be around people that are talking like that. That's just like a whole nother level of thinking, and it just does something for you. So there were so many seeds that were planted, but here's the thing about those seeds. They have to be watered, right? They have to be watered. And he talked about those 90 days, like take this month, take next month, coming to Atlanta, coming to London, and saying, I'm really getting my head in the right space because I'm not playing with this 7-figure income. I'm not playing with it. I'm coming for it. I'm coming forward with everything that's in me, and it's not going to be just about a one-time event. It's about every single day. I'm sitting here now drinking water. You know, I'm fasting. I'm reading. I'm listening to things. You hear him say, I listen to Napoleon Hill every day. Like making sure that you're really getting yourself amped and ready and listening to the right things and hearing the right things. And when you have an opportunity like this, to make sure that you're in the building. So get your tickets. Don't delay. I would also want to encourage all the leaders to do team calls with your team and say, listen, maybe we haven't done this, but we need to get tickets right now. Quite honestly, as much as I want everybody to be in London, the reality is everybody's not going to get on that plane and go to London. And so for you, you don't want them to mess around, miss London, and then not in Atlanta either, because now they have nothing that they put before their eyes, nothing that they put before their ears that reminds them about where they should be thinking about, what they should be doing, and where they should be spending their time. So definitely go ahead and get your tickets. Do a team call within the next 24 hours and say, you got to meet me in Atlanta. I need to absolutely see you there. So China, I'm excited. I'm ready to go back to work. I got my notes right here, y'all. I'm in my office working now. And so this was a great break for all of us to receive and to grow. Somebody said, can they upgrade to the 129 for the event?
Yes, you can. While tickets are available, there's no upgrade option, Lavanya. I believe you have my number, so reach out to me. I'll send you over the details for that upgrade. And it's gonna be nice. I mean, so special.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, beautiful. He doesn't even know how we're gonna honor him, the things that we're working on, Jewel, for him. So, I mean, it's been tremendous for so many families, how he's helped so many people with this skill set. And he's gonna share some surprises there too. So we're excited.
Yeah, and he's a giver, so you never want to miss those meetings.
Oh, he's a giver, so you guys, you want to make sure that you're there. He might feel really, really good that day. We're gonna make sure he feels warm and fuzzy the whole time. So get there.
Absolutely. I love it. All right. Well, we love you guys. We're excited to see you get your tickets today. Meet with your team. Bye.
We love you too, Dr. Jewel.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. God bless.
God bless.
Thank you. Turn.